Here's Prater now set to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go now. 6 yards. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check 3. Check 64. Wait.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. Boy, not what you want to see in Q1 of the new year. We'll be back.
Ready. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Now Murray off play action. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He rifles one that's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Andy Isabella was the intended target. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
A look at Kerryon Johnson, 2nd-year man out of Auburn. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, here's Stafford. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
He goes, set! 180! I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
You ain't going nowhere. Hey, alert 3, alert 3. 11.
Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Hassan Reddick. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. A shotgun snap for Stafford. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, You know what the thought process is? Interception.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. 20, 10, touchdown, Cardinals. T.J. Logan, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
This one fielded at the 5. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36.
Let's go.
And Detroit getting set to go now. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a first and a throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Picked by Brandon Williams. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick 6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visit. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Eluding the pressure right. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Corey Peters slipping in and getting the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Out of the gun, Stafford. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. Flexing his muscle at the 30. There he goes right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Stafford. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked off at the 20, and he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. Well, when I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued. Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result. They'll run on first down. Logan. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward. And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite. And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Let's go. 51 to base. 51. All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go.
Now this time, Murray to throw it. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and it's 3rd and short. 21-0 our score after 1. Back in Arizona, second quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession. They'll face a 3rd down conversion attempt here, 3rd and 3.
Here I come again. Here I come again.
Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. Man open right side. It's the tight end Clay. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Switch the mic right here. We go Mike 40. Mike 40. You're not ready.
Murray now on first down. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So they decline the penalty. That seems a little odd.
I'm trying to work through it and work with them to figure out why.
Well, someone's got to be confused.
That's what I think. I'm pretty sure that the bench is saying take the penalty, and somehow in the heat of the moment, they thought they were saying decline the penalty, and that's going to work against them. They should have taken it.
They'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 22, Stafford. Then he finds Danny Amendola. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
8 yards on the pickup.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
Watch his flat, watch his flat. Watch his flat, watch his flat.
Running from the gun, Johnson. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Now Stafford. And that is incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Stafford. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson, 58 yards. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. Maybe that is the boost that this offense needed.
They've done nothing the entire half, but out of the blue comes this big shot here. You're exactly right. Like a dunk in basketball, like a home run in baseball, maybe a solo shot. Sometimes you need that big play to get things ignited.
This is taken at his 4. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
A reminder, coming up later tonight, the Patriots unfurl their 6 banners. They play host to their rival Steelers. And then on Monday night, it's the one weekend of the year where you get 2 games to wrap up the week. Texans and Saints from New Orleans in the early game, then Broncos and Raiders. Vic Fangio's coaching debut, and the Raiders' final season opener in Oakland. That's the late game, 10:30 Eastern. This is Logan. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Everyone's got 4.
Murray now. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. On first down, it's Logan. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Here we go, here we go. Time to end it. Watch the screen, watch the screen.
They'll run it here with Logan. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 8.
Let's go now.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. He can run for it, and he will. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Hey, come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Green. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A huge play there for Arizona. And even 40 yards.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. T.J. Logan. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. Gonzalez to add the PAT. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity. Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
He's going to air it out deep for Amendola. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Amendola again the intended receiver, but now it's third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
You ain't doing nothing.
Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Yeah, good job.
This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And a route is on here in this first half. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. The first half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you've got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. From the gun, Stafford. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. That'll bring up second down.
Dad, lady! 58, Mike. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
To throw again, Stafford. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Operating from the gun, Stafford. And Amendola with a catch. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Focus, defense, focus.
From the gun, Stafford. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. Amendola again the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Stafford and the Lions now have it first and 10 at their 25-yard line. And they start the second half with Johnson. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on second and 12. Operating from the gun, Stafford. Amendola catching it left side. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
From the gun on third down, Stafford. And James has it. And he's going to get this deep onto Arizona's side of the field. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on second and goal. To throw is Stafford. Flush to his right. Toward the pylon, caught. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. Well, you know, you can't get all the points back at once, but baby steps, a good start.
A start that was sorely needed because this team looked like they might be out of this one, but getting a touchdown, getting back into it, gives them hope as they move forward.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This one fielded at the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. First down, Murray. Green's got it over the middle. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A very solid gain of 27. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 41. They run with Logan. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
On the ready. Hey, check. Tight end left. 4 down. Check.
On second and a couple, Murray. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle. Maybe your high.
And he's going to go down again. Mike Daniels picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Right there. Good track, good track.
Now it's Stafford. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Granted, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
From the gun, Stafford. Hauled in by Anderson, left side. Fighting down past the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Stafford now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Stafford. He finds his man Johnson. They get just 2 out of it there, and it's 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Here's Stafford. Over the middle, it's Amendola. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A big pickup of 38. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game, and if they can continue to do.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. From 4 yards out. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. The touchdown all set up by the big play 1 snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? That's you create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
And an alley to run. The 40, the 30, past the 20. Touchdown, Cardinals. T.J. Logan with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Well, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the gun, Stafford. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's James. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. What a luxury to have a tight end that can not only catch it, but then can run after the catch like that.
What was the old expression back in the good old days? That they used to carry pianos on their backs when they were after they caught the football. Someone would stop and bang out a tune along the way as well. But nowadays, these guys are essentially bulked up wide receivers, and they are a full part of the passing game, and we see a lot of big plays as we just saw there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
Operating from the gun, Stafford. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Amendola, he was the intended target.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Now this one complete on the slant route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Here we go. Set. Now to go. Watch left. Tight end to the left. Orbit. Hey, 4 down.
Murray with a 3rd and long. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Here comes Amendola. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And the Lions will take over. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Terrell McClain. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Here's Stafford. And he's got Amendola on the connection. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Back to throw, Stafford. And that will be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Throwing is Stafford. Throw left side complete. It's James. And they work this well upfield across the 45. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Now Stafford escaping the pressure right. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Stafford. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Hassan Reddick able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Stafford going for the deep ball. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 40, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Logan. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. And able to find Green. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A gain of 13 and also a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Think you gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this?
Murray's going to look to throw this thing. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Damon Harrison bringing in 341 pounds of power for the sack.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game.
Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
Now a 1st down throw. Stafford. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Danny Amendola, that was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. Back to the air. Stafford on 2nd down. Flushed out right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. Stafford. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now I'm listening to you. So for the Cards, that'll be a happy locker room as they start the season 1-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.